Putting in extra hours to help keep children in school, Nonhlanhla Hlezi assists students in her community having academic difficulties by giving them one-on-one lessons in their homes. Hlezi, a public school teacher, is part of a group of educators who also offer tutoring services at minimal fees outside of regular classes.
The tutoring, it's working, and it needs to be localized because these things are foreign to our own mothers in townships. So it needs to be something that is easy, accessible, so that even a child that comes from a destitute family can access these things.
Today, she is doing math tutoring for 17-year-old Ntshepeng Motema, whose goal is to one day become a civil engineer.
I was overwhelmed. I had mental breakdowns like, in life I can't leave school.
South Africa has a crisis of school dropouts, especially in state schools. The dropout rate has always been high, and the coronavirus pandemic has made the problem even worse. During COVID-19 lockdowns, schools closed and access to online education was available only to a small minority. After classes went back in session and students in public schools had access to teachers again, those struggling to catch up lost heart and dropped out. It's also about economics. Many parents lost their jobs during the pandemic and could no longer afford tuition and school uniforms. Amnesty International lays the blame for this and other human rights abuses that occurred during the pandemic squarely at the feet of government and big corporations. Launching its annual report on the global state of human rights in Johannesburg on Monday, the organization said South African leaders failed to implement promised COVID-19 recovery plans.
We are confronted with such utter failure, selfishness, greed, complicity, lack of imagination, inability to think a different path, but the one that is bringing us closer to the abyss every day.
Amnesty says people around the world need to form a global movement for justice where together they can demand better governance and the protection of each other's rights. That way, students like Ncumisa can have a chance to achieve their dreams. Ntshepeng Motema, TRT World, Vosloorus Township in South Africa.